What up? What up? What up? It's your boy LQ and Robbie for the lunch hour, people. Let's get it, bro. We getting right into it, bro. How's your morning going?
It's going great, bro. I'm blessed to be here. Universe, give me money. Like we're living it the fuck up.
Yes, sir. My man got the Killer Cam Dipset do-rag on.
Dipset. No, I just gotta keep the waves. I gotta keep the waves fresh because I haven't gotten a haircut yet. So, like,
hey man,
Papi Chulo gotta be fresh. Yeah,
Papi Chulo gotta be fresh. Waves, man.
Look, I don't know already like up, but yeah. So I'm keeping my hair wrapped until I have my interview later with Ian from Pro Football Focus.
Ooh,
yeah. You know,
that?
Bro, just hit him in the DMs and like it just became a thing. Like he's mad cool and it just happened. Yeah.
Man, we gotta be out here grinding, man. Definitely grinding. I just came straight off of the Scott Fishbowl, come up interview on Clubhouse. That was dope. I learned a lot from him, and I definitely want to keep in contact with him, man. Just dropping gems.
Him and I actually we just worked on a project yesterday. Big up CBS Sports, big up to the homie Heath Cummins, both of our homies. And we just did a project yesterday with Heath and the guys, and it went well. It was very unique. Let's just say that. This is very unique.
Yeah. Shout out to P2W, man. Congrats on that signing.
Yeah,
big ups to Nick. So today's topics, we're actually going to talk fantasy today. We're not going to be just bullshitting today, I guess. That's what you will call this. This is how it became a thing, like just lunch with the homies. Like that's not the name yet. But I think we need to figure out a name, right? Because this is
we're gonna have to come up with a name. This is lunch right now. Like I guess like we just call it lunch power hour. Like that's what I've been saying.
Yeah, lunch with the homies. I really don't know what to call it. Something will hit off.
Exactly. Ayo, Charlemagne the God, eat your heart out, bro. I'm taking your spot.
We are the Breakfast Club. It's like, we're not coming for them, man. They're legends in the game. Like we all enjoy the Breakfast Club, man. But today's topics, we got do not draft lists, and guys, we're giving one more chance. One more chance. I mean, where you want to start with it? Which topic you want to start, Robbie? You might guess. I'm playing.
I guess I don't want to start the show off negative, so I guess one more chance.
Yeah.
Let's give them one more chance.
Listen, one more chance is basically guys that have been having their injury troubles or, they just haven't hit yet, or guys that are just bad, but you want them to pop off because you're just in love with their play. But I think the first candidate that I'm going to pop off, everybody's been throwing him hate for the past 2 years, 3 years because of injury, et cetera, but Joe Mixon, man. I got to go with Joe Mixon for me because I got to give him one more chance. If he falls to me in that third round, like, how do you not take Joe Mixon there?
I love how I say don't start the show off negative and you bring up Joe Mixon. Like you know what I'm going to say here. That's literally do not draft. Like, I'm not drafting Joe Mixon. I'm not giving him one more chance. Like, I was about to go in a completely opposite direction of you.
Bro, Joe Mixon, bro, he was producing behind the worst O-line, and still gave us 1,000 yards. Like, how can you hate that?
When has he won anyone a championship? When has he when has he been rosterable for? Like, Joe Mixon is only good for one reason and one reason only. You draft him, and immediately right after you draft him, I'm talking y'all are in Buffalo Wild Wings. The draft is over, and you go to the sucker in the draft, and you say, "Hey, bro, you want to get a beer? You want to get a beer?" And you go have a fucking beer. Or you try to go out for a smoke. I'll roll it. And that's exactly what you do. And you're like, so Joe Mixon, bro, you thinking about taking him off my hands? And that's all Joe Mixon is good for. If you're drafting Joe Mixon, you are drafting him to trade him.
One more chance. No. One more chance, bro.
No.
One more chance. Look, if he burns me this year, then we know it's a dub for Joe Mixon. He signed the contract, so he's going to be there for a while. I don't think the Bengals are going to trade him because, honestly, why? There's no reason to, right?
He's like I said. He's good for a couple of weeks, and then you rapidly realize that like this guy is not worth me rostering for a full season. I need to move him, and that's what happens. you draft him in the first, second round, and then you move him. Hey, look at his stats. It's the same pitch every single year. It never changes. That's why you can't bet over.
You're not gonna shit down saying that shit. Listen, man. I'm giving Joe Mixon one more chance for the simple fact he's a discount this year. He's a huge discount. He's going at the back end of the third round. Nobody likes him. Everybody's complaining about the foot, et cetera, et cetera. But hey, he's going to be an RB1 who's going to see 20 touches. And Joe Burrow is coming back. Well, he's coming back. That offense is going to flow.
I'm excited to draft with you because you can have him.
Bro, don't do that. Don't look at me and say that, first of all.
I'm just saying,
listen, come on. Joe Mixon's going to be a stud. He's a guy. You're getting a guy that's getting 20 touches in the back end of the third, almost fourth round. We're talking redraft PPR. Correct.
Yeah.
But still, come on, bro. You ain't going to give him one more chance.
No, I've never given him a chance.
So hold up. Let me hear who you're giving one more chance to. Let's go to yours.
So I will utilize the same narrative that LQ started off his take with. I'm going to give this guy another chance. That pause. Dude, barring injury, as long as this cat can stay healthy, I'm gonna stick with the running back position, and that's Saquon Barkley. I'll give Saquon another chance. That's a guy that I can give another chance. Now, if he goes down this year, I'm done. Like, I will probably have Saquon in one league. I will do the same thing that I did last year. I will draft him in one league, and if he goes down, well, then we're moving him, and we're gonna go off the quickest injury report that we get. Hey, bro, I know that you're a Giants fan. It says that he'll be back in 2 weeks, knowing damn well it's a high ankle sprain, and then boom, that's what I'm rocking with Saquon Barkley, and I think that if he can remain healthy, then I'm gonna give him another chance, and the guy that can actually be on my team for a full season. It could be Saquon's.
I mean, yeah, I feel like you're getting him at a discount now. It's crazy that, you can get him in, I'll say 105. That's kind of late for a Saquon Barkley, you know what I mean? Being RB1, getting PPR value there. I feel like people are a little too scared of the injury. He just basically showed us, that he's human. You know what I mean? That injury took him out for the year, and I definitely feel like 105. That's a discount to me. If I can get him at 105, I'm going to be happy. I'm not really going to be worried about this and that. Even though the Giants still suck, but it's not like we got to worry about Daniel Jones for Saquon to be good. Saquon can be good just by handoffs and dump off passes.
We have to be understanding whenever we are drafting our first and second round picks, that there is a risk assessment involved with these guys because they are such high volume players that there is a chance that they can go down on you. Okay. So whenever we're drafting those first and second round players, I can never understand the thought process of, I got Dalvin Cook, I'm safe. What are you talking about? You better need to make sure that you have other running back depth, which is where the whole running back heavy strategy comes from. You know, so yeah, if I'm drafting a Saquon, then put it this way: if you guys play poker, if you're sitting at the table, you're sitting at the draft room. If a guy is drafting Saquon, that is a good telltale sign. And if this is a guy that knows what he's doing, that he's probably about to go RB heavy because he's going to try and shore up that risk assessment factor of, this is my first round pick. He could possibly go down because of his usage and the type of offense that he is in, and that the personnel that's surrounding him, and that it allows him to get fucking injured because, well, they don't protect him, and that's a different story.
Exactly. I mean, if you go Saquon, you definitely need to get that, RB heavy strategy, kicked in just in case. Same thing with, Mixon. Obviously, if you're taking Mixon, you have two stud running backs in that first and second round, or you went stud running back one, and then the second round, you went wide receiver. That's a stud as well. So I'm okay with that. I just feel like you can't depend on Saquon to be your standalone RB1, and then you go ahead and take, like, I don't know who's there in the third round, like somebody that's we're hoping to be good. Like you don't go Saquon and then take Swift. Put it like that.
Yeah, no. I probably I can see Swift being a little bit.
J.K. Dobbins. You don't take J.K. Dobbins. That's a better.
Yeah. Yeah,
I wouldn't. And then Dobbins. No, I wouldn't. I would hate that. I would literally hate that combination.
Don't do that. Yo, I like that comment right there. He knows
Yeah.
Martell.
What
Bro.
up? What up? What up, Spence? Now, hold up. We got to backtrack real quick. There was another question. So Z2 said, is the whole Texans roster on the do not draft list? I mean, we're not on the do not draft list topic yet, but to quickly chime in on that, I feel like I'm not touching anybody. I can't touch anybody, honestly. I mean, Watson's the key core of why you would touch anybody on that offense. You know what I mean? But with Watson out of the equation, it's like, what the fuck do? You can't do anything with that.
Me personally, I need to see what the way that things go down in camp. I'm assessing the situation right now as if Watson is not there. I'm not going to say that a whole team is completely do not draft, because the ball has to be passed somewhere. Like, somehow points have to get scored. Like, it's just the way that it is. You know, these are world class athletes, world class fucking football players that we're talking about. So I don't want to say do not draft, but I do want to. We're going to put a big ass proceed with caution sign around the whole Texans organization in fantasy.
Oh yeah, you got to get them cheap. They have to literally fall to your lap because one, that backfield is disgusting. Like, I don't want any smoke with it. Mark Ingram, Lindsey, and David Johnson. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
David Johnson was a guy I was probably taking the 6th or 7th round, before the Mark Ingram, signing. But now it's like, you can't touch that backfield. That's just me. I'm not touching that at all. Like, I could see if it was like San Fran's offense with all those running backs, because that actually works. You know what I mean? You can pop off with a Mostert, you can pop off with Wilson, but that combination that's going on over there with the question if Watson's there or not, nah, I'm good.
That one is an easy telltale sign that they're all going to cannibalize each other. When you watch Johnson and Ingram, it's like, okay, well, those guys are the same. Lindsey's kind of the only one that's sort of different, but he still likes to try and play like he's those guys, and he's not. Even in the pass catching side phase of things, there's nothing quite elusive that sets him too far apart.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's going to be a mediocre backfield. That mediocrity. That is the Texas backfield.
And here's the problem too. Like, Lindsey signing there didn't make much sense to me, but we can't go off thinking like, oh, well, what if Ingram doesn't even make the roster? Like, you don't pay these guys, you don't sign these guys to not make the roster. You know what I mean? You don't throw them that money. Like, I'm not saying they got paid huge money, but they got paid money to be there. So they're going into camp planning to have a 3-headed monster that should hopefully work with this new system that they're probably going to try to put in. But honestly, I see Lindsey making a roster. I see Ingram making a roster, and David Johnson obviously signing a new contract that same year. Like, this same year, he's going to play as well. So when you go into the draft, you have to literally have one of these guys fall in your lap in the late rounds. Like, I can't sit here and say I'll take Lindsey in the 10th round and be confident and see if he have any useful for me on any roster week to week.
And this is where the crowd of NFL fans that, well, we don't need a preseason. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
If you play fantasy, I don't want to hear you make that argument that we don't need a preseason. You need that there was a reason why, in before pre-pandemic, that we had our drafts, and there was this thing called draft season in August. That they were predominantly all held July and August.
Yes.
All the bars we packed, everyone would tape up the big boards or roll out the big boards, and the bars and everything. And you would have like someone, they bring you all like the fucking mats and shit, and you'd fill in your picks. Like, that used to be a tradition. Now I think that because of this new digital age, we have forgotten that, and we are so instant gratification that we believe that we don't need to have a preseason to diagnose teams like the Texans.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, that's how you figured out with a team like the Bengals who to pick off the Bengals.
Wow. Dropping gems already, Robbie. Keep spitting.
Michael Gallup, a preseason outbreak. Cooper Kupp, a preseason outbreak. Dak Prescott, a preseason outbreak. We need preseason. Y'all need to stop at 5. I'll say it the same time I said it last time.
Stop at 5. Killer can do rag on Robbie. Robbie's back in his bag. Robbie only get his bag on here, yo.
I do. Like I recommend, you know, whether you're a fan of whatever team is in your local area, if you are a fantasy analyst, head out to camp. Like if you're vaccinated and everything like that, you know, you wear your mask, go to fucking camp. If there's not going to be a preseason, go to camp. Please get your eyes on, get that edge up on your league mates. And guess what? It costs nothing. You can take the kids, you can, you know, grab your son, grab your daughter, put them in a little wagon, wheel them around, introduce them to football. Like, yeah, like that's cool. You might get an autograph, but you're doing homework.
Exactly. That's all you're doing. You're just watching, analyzing, and applying it to your content. That's all. It's that
exactly.
easy.
I cannot wait for Broncos camp, bro. It's so lit. I don't even like the Broncos, but I live here.
I'm 15 minutes from Philly. I hate the Eagles, man. I can't even go to the camp. If I go to the camp, I'm liable to fight a beat writer or a fan. So no, stay far away.
I can't be around Philly fans. That's one camp I'd advise not to go to.
Bro, I could have went to Rams versus Eagles, but I was like, nope. I'll just go to Rams versus Giants. Giants fans are more like, you know, human. They're not actually like animals fighting each other in the bathroom. Like, bro, like oh my god, it's crazy. Not even going to get into that. That's a whole nother podcast.
Yo, speaking of one more chance, and speaking of the Eagles, okay, very, 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 very late. Okay, I'm talking your last pick of the draft.
Don't do it.
All right, I'm willing to give Jalen Reagor another chance.
Oh my god,
he can be Mr. Irrelevant. He can be Mr. Irrelevant. You're likely to drop the last pick of your draft anyways to go pick up value that's left off the board anyways. I mean,
I'm not picking him up. Sorry, Robbie.
You don't want to give him one more chance?
Hell no. He gets no chances with me.
Not with the quarterback that has some wheels. Not with Jalen Hurts back there.
Nope.
I think that Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders are gonna be great together because, like,
I love that combination. That's why I was off of Miles Sanders last year. This year, now that he's at the correct price, I'll get him this year because that whole last year hype was pissing me off. Man. He slid his way from literally, I'll say May to August to the first round to 110 through 112. That is just what? Like how the hell is that happen?
Z2, you are right. Reynolds over Reagor. I can't take my take back, but like, yeah, you're right. That my take was bullshit. I was just saying some shit just to get us back on fucking subject. Honestly,
let's go. Shout out to Z2. You know, RDF HQ designer. Lead designer.
Hell yeah,
man,
bro.
That was a good signing, Robbie, wasn't it?
It was a damn good signing. He follows me on the Sports Me app too, bro. You good dude, man.
You're out there, man. I'm trying to get everybody on Sports Me. Shout out to Sports Me app. Go ahead, do your little plug in right now. Do it.
Oh yeah. Make sure you guys. I wasn't even ready. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Make sure you guys check out the Sports Me app if you guys have not already. Interactive content. You guys can 1v1 or bounce ideas and opinions off each other. Who knows? You may see me and LQ going at each other one day, the same way you see us on the show, but just short form content. And yeah, like shout out to all of our sponsors and our investors over there. Y'all doing big things, and we appreciate it, and we appreciate y'all. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sports Me. Go download it. Oh, fail. Go download it. But shout out to Troy popping in with the comment. Yo, I'm telling you, bro, I'm getting that Dipset intro. People are like, what the hell?
Bro, my hair's gonna be cut next week, probably. So
And you cutting the pop. Nah, you getting the wave cut. I don't want to hear that. You still gonna have the waves.
Yeah, I still have the waves. I'm going with the deep Caesar, bro.
But Spence talking about Hurts top 15. I think so. That's without a doubt. Especially in Superflex, I'm targeting him.
So Superflex, you need to have Hurts. You need to have Hurts everywhere. I feel like he's right in that realm that you could be getting, like a Cam Newton or like a Stafford. If you like building your fantasy teams around those mobile QBs, those guys are going to pick up points on their legs. I have no problems with QB1 Josh Allen and then QB2 Jalen Hurts. Like
exactly.
I have absolutely
no problem for that. I just dropped a Superflex combo episode just the other day, and like what I tried to like really put in people's minds was, listen, mobile quarterbacks win you championships. That's without a doubt. So if we look at it, 6 of the top 10 are all mobile quarterbacks. So if you go a Josh Allen, I'm hoping that, you can go a Jalen Hurts in the back end of those rounds. Because one, I honestly think the best combination for me personally is Lamar Jackson and Herbert. But a lot of times in these mock drafts, these super, mock drafts, I'm not able to get that because Herbert's going right at the end of that, first round. So I don't really think he's going to make it there. But the combination that should be the formula is mobile quarterback, non-mobile quarterback. So I literally stand on that as well. That's a formula that really works for me. So I don't know if it works for you or anybody else, but I think, most super flex leagues that I've been in, that's been the go-to.
Yeah, I've usually had a pocket presence that I have someone that can break out and scramble.
Yep. Give you a lot of yards and be able to sling the rock, throw it downfield. And the other guy, he can do both, but also give you the mobile ability.
Yeah, exactly. You want to think of it when you're building your fantasy team. You want to try and have as much diversity and skill sets as possible. You know, not every single receiver that I draft are all big, deep threats. I mean, my wide receiver 3. That may be a guy that he just gets a shit ton of receptions, and that's where our Jarvis Landry comes into play, where he doesn't drop a lot of passes. He's a security blanket. He's gonna catch. Guys like the Cole Beasleys and things of that nature. You want to think of when you're drafting your team how it would really look on the actual playing field.
Yep.
And that sounds crazy to think because people are like, oh, well, it's just a game about a game. But when you play Madden, you're piecing togethers in your Madden franchise that you feel would be the best of the best, of that. You know what I'm saying? So you do the exact same thing in fantasy. The concept didn't change from the fucking video game or anything. The only difference is that you got a bunch of people texting you, talking shit, getting in your head.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
That's it. Like when you're drafting on Madden, nobody's in your head. Like you can pick who you want. Like you want to move the salary cap, you can. You're
a good strategy Z2 brung up is, taking one of the top 4s, which is always, if they're there, you take them. There's without a question. Like if Patty's there, well, Patty's going 1-on-1. He's not going to be there. But if Josh Allen's there, you take him. If, Herbert's there, you take him. You have to take Kyler Murray as well. You take them. That should be the formula. But waiting for Fitz and Winston, how you feel about that? I'll give my take after yours.
All right. I have not seen many rosters that have waited on QB be successful. I see a very low percentage of that taking place. Mm-hmm. And the only reason why that they are successful is usually because either A, the other pieces on the team did enough scoring point wise to lead them to the promised land, or B, they did a lot of trading and then eventually got out of those lower tier quarterbacks. Yep. They usually don't start the season off hot, and it's usually a team that gets it together towards the back end, be a trade or, the offense in real life finally clicking, whatever the case. So I'd be wary of that. I don't suggest it.
I honestly feel like you're right, but I honestly feel like if you wait for a Fitz, I don't know if Fitz can give me, let's say, 20 to 25 points for all 16, now 17 games. You know what I mean? That's really where I have to play Fitz based on matchup. If I go ahead and get my 2 quarterbacks, I would love Fitz to be my 3rd. That's 100% my strategy of how I'll target that. Even Winston can be my 3rd quarterback. So these guys I will have to play just based on matchup. The 2 quarterbacks in Superflex leagues, I need them to be start and forget. Being that it's a Superflex, their priority, you need to get those guys early. So I think by the 6th round, you're going to be looking at maybe a Fitz or a Winston. You're going to even possibly looking at, some of these rookie backups. And I'm talking redraft. I'm not talking about dynasty right now. But if we're going to be left with these guys, I don't know if I'm comfortable with them being my QB2, being that, I stacked up in other positions. It's a super flex. So you're going to be at a disadvantage week to week trying to play, the best strategy or the best matchup, because Fitz could face like 6 hard defenses, the first 6 weeks, and he's your QB2. That's going to be something you're going to have to deal with. And that's not something that I'm looking to deal with, week to week and have that stress on my mind. So I definitely recommend Fitz Winston to be your QB3, not your QB2.
Yeah, not your QB2. Like you said, you want to be start and forget.
Hell yeah, no stress, bro. My Sundays, I don't have to make that many,
Yeah,
adjustments. It needs to just be full send. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna be like trying to target guys that have to worry about every single week. Like I might as well just play fantasy basketball at that time because it's
yeah,
just
exactly. Fucking yeah.
overwhelming.
Like,
Like it's too much.
I only had one league that I had this year that was really really like that, and it was my home league, and that league, got finally dismantled, but like which for good reason. But yeah, but that's just because it was like, oh well, you're the podcaster and you have an advantage. Like we're not going to trade with you, and like no one fucking would trade with me, and it's like, dude, like I'm a regular person, but yeah, fucking different story for a different show. Those of you that are in home leagues that treat people like LQ and I like that, y'all are the worst.
Bro, I'm the commissioner. I get shitted on every year. Like, it's like, bro, just trade with me. Like, I'm offering good trades. But in my home league, there's characters, bro. We have a whole bunch of characters. But again, that's another day, another
episode. Yep.
Let's jump into the do not draft list. So a lot of people already know how I'm coming. I'm not touching 3 players, but I'm only going to touch on one this today because I don't want to do the obvious. Like we all know I hate OBJ. I hate, Marquise, Hollywood Brown, aka Tavon Austin. I can't stand his ass. But I'm not drafting Singletary for the simple fact that he's just not it, Chief. Like he's not it. He's not helping that run game in Buffalo. He's not making any type of like standpoint to where I need to draft him. Like 2 years ago, I would have been like, all right, cool. Singletary's the RB1. He's the guy, blah, blah, blah. Boom, full send it. Last season, I would have been like, you know what? I'm going to give Singletary one more chance. He's the guy, boom. Even with them drafting Zach Moss, I wasn't off the Singletary hype train, or the train, I should say. This year, give me reason to touch him. Give me reason.
I can't because I also got off the Devin Singletary hype train simultaneously last year, and like I was one of the one. Oh, and we got our first home run of opening day. Fuck yeah! Sorry, that just happened.
Breaking news.
Yeah, baseball. But for real, I'm done with Devin Singletary. I was a Devin Singletary truther. I'm one of those guys that only be like a truther for like your first 2 seasons, and if you don't like peas me during that time, like fuck it, like I'm done.
Yeah.
He's a guy that like I can't even give another chance. Like I'm just not gonna draft him, and if he suddenly does good this year, I'm like, oh yeah, I was wrong. Like, and like I'm a secretly kind of be like, I told you so. So I don't know.
There's no chance that Buffalo doesn't draft a running back. I feel like they have Zach Moss, but apparently they know something that we don't. Because for me, using the eye test, I feel like Zach Moss can be a guy. A lot of people say he looks like he's running in mud. He's just not popping off. He's not making the right, direction to cover the holes in the team.
It's neither of them. It's neither of them. Like if either of them were to probably stick around and they would probably rock with it, probably would be Singletary.
Yeah.
Just because of his running style. But I mean, you're right. They're gonna draft either Javonte, or if they get Javonte Williams, this offense. If they get Javonte Williams or Kenny Gainwell, this offense now takes the fucking next leap. You get ready to lock them in for a Super Bowl, and then you ask yourself, oh, well, Robbie, what if they get injured? They have Mr. Second Half of the NFL himself, the MVP, Big Dick Mitch. I'm sorry, Mitch, that'll come up, and he's going to do his damn thing, all right? So
yeah. I mean, that whole backfield for me, even now that, it's up there on the screen, you see who we're talking about. Breida there, like, I'm not worried about Breida. I'm not worried about Singletary, and I'm not worried about Zach Moss come draft season. So that's just an unfortunate event because Breida comes in as RB2. Really?
Breida's probably not even going to fucking make the team.
Actually, hold on. I'm lying. He'll be RB3 because Josh Allen's the RB1, right?
Yeah, Josh Allen's the RB1. That's what I was saying. Like, even if they do draft a running back, like I say this hype that like if they get Kenny Gainwell or if they get Javonte Williams, but then like I also have to remember that like Josh Allen is there and he could hurt their value. Like
exactly, and that's the thing. I think they're noticing that Josh Allen needs to stop running the ball a lot because he's due for an injury. Like knock on wood somewhere.
Knock on wood, buddy.
Yeah, right. Like knock on wood, he's due for an injury because of his playing style. Like The fumbles that he had this season were all caused by him doing some reckless shit. This wasn't in the pocket, Jared Goff scared, don't know to make a decision, and then strip fumble. This is Josh Allen running, doing some reckless ass diving, some crazy shit, and fumbling the ball.
And then fumbling the ball. There's that aspect. Yes, Josh Allen has to stop running the ball, but I mean, it also is like it's what makes him effective.
I know that's what makes him great. That's why we're drafting him 102 in Superflex.
Exactly.
But it's cool to watch. But when I look at it for longevity, like I'm not a Bills fan. I might as well be a Bills fan, but I just love Josh Allen. Like I'm a Rams fan, diehard Rams fan from the 90s, and I haven't bought any other, football jersey ever other than Rams. Josh Allen might be the first person that I go out and buy his jersey because I'm like,
bro, I keep saying that every year since I have fucking started my damn podcast, and I've yet to get one. I need to get one.
Him and LaMelo Ball are the two jerseys that I will be getting in 2021.
Bro, P2W has like
oh, he has a problem. That's an addiction, bro. That is an addiction that he has,
bro. No, so one day, right? Really quick story. So like one day, my wife is like, babe, get ready. We're gonna go out to dinner, and like I, got my Sean Taylor on. She's like, is there ever a day that you don't wear a jersey or like a team of something? I was like, hold on, let me show you somebody. And it was fucking
right. Let me show you soccer jerseys, football jerseys.
Yeah, or it was his TikTok.
Jerseys.
Yeah, it was
I'm pretty sure he has baseball jerseys, like hockey jerseys. Like it's incredible what P2W does, like,
bro. But I'm saying I might have to get on my steez. Where like I just
he needs to give up the plug. Who is the plug?
Yo, they just fall off the back out of the back of an Astro, man, and picks up a box. To
have that many, bro, you got to know somebody.
Shit! Here's a McDonald's classic jersey. Like, do not draft. Another guy that I'm gonna say, do not draft to. That you absolutely positively should not draft. I'm gonna go Juju. I'm done with Juju.
Ooh, that's hot. That's a hot take right there.
So I'm gonna say you shouldn't draft him. Okay, I'm not gonna draft him.
Okay.
They have Deontay Johnson, and I think that the emergence of Claypool is it's gonna make Juju almost obsolete, and I don't believe that Juju's a wide receiver one. Like, in all honesty, I really don't believe that Juju's a wide receiver one. I think that team has a shit ton of wide receiver twos, and on the stat sheet, someone just so happens to emerge as a wide receiver one.
Yeah.
So I'm off the Juju train. I'm done with it. I think that Deontay Johnson, if he can ever learn how to hang on to the ball,
that asshole.
Exactly, bro. That man drops a lot.
The drop bottom.
but what's crazy is he also has one of the highest reception percentages as well. So like it's like for every ball that he catches, he has a drop 4.
Yeah.
Statistically, he's an anomaly.
He's getting as many targets as AB did when we saw AB in his prime. And I'm like, bro, he's getting like 14 to 15 targets a game, but he's only catching 5. You fucking asshole. What are you doing? Like, that really pisses me off. Like, catch the goddamn ball. You're getting
bro, I feel you. So, but because of the emergence of Claypool and Deontay, we see this with the Steelers all the time. They always break up these wide receiver cores. Juju, I have no idea why you resigned there. Because I have a feeling that this could be a classic ownership in about a year or two of, we don't know why we did it. Void of contract.
But here's why I'm back on Juju. I'm back on Juju because he's back in the same situation. Big Ben is back. He is older. He is more broken. Blah, blah, blah. But what keeps me confident is their defense is a little broken right now, so that's going to be a lot of games that, Big Ben has to throw the ball. And in addition to that, they still haven't, acquired a good running back now. Connor, as the days go on, we see that James Conner is not going to be the guy. They just signed Kalen Ballage, and it's like their running game hasn't gotten better.
James Conner's another do not draft. Like, I don't care. I don't care where he ends up.
I don't care if he ends up in Atlanta. I'm not drafting James Conner ever. I'm good.
Bro, one of this man's all-season workouts, okay? Like there are some players that do we see some insane off-season workouts. Derrick Henry. Yeah,
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then we see some really just unorthodox ones. Jameis Winston, James Conner. When he's sitting there just chucking freaking wood, just chopped wood over his head. Like, I'm like, what? At what point in football who are you chucking the fuck over your head, bro?
Nobody.
Nobody. Since when? At what play is Tomlin calling that requires you to hand the ball off like this?
New punting style. Just toss it back.
James Conner, you're gonna get in there, and you're gonna long snap the ball, but over your head. Like the fuck? Like, no, man. So I'm done. I'm done with James Conner. Like, I don't even think that James Conner knows what he's doing. Like, great story, awesome guy. I love Conner.
Good friends with Aaron Donald, but
yeah.
I can't invest in him. I can't have him on my fantasy team. I can't own shares of him because at the same time, it's like, what are you bringing me? Nothing. So again, back to Juju. Reason why I'm back on is because they're going to be throwing the ball at least like 50 times a game, and that translates to volume. So Juju also getting the targets. Claypool also getting the targets. Like, I can see Juju finishing between 100 and 120 targets this season.
But Big Ben's old ass throwing the ball though, like
broken elbow. Yeah, I mean, hey, it ain't gonna be on Mark, but he's gonna get the targets and he's gonna catch at least 70.
I don't think that knock on wood. I don't think Big Ben lasts the whole season. Like,
no, he shouldn't last the whole season. But the thing is, Juju in the slot is a constant mismatch. I really feel like if he lives and breathes in that slot, and you go ahead and bounce Johnson or James Washington, whoever on the outside, Claypool on the outside. That's a mismatch almost every play with Juju in the slot. That's where I think he needs to live and breathe. That's where he can see those 120 targets and actually be, fantasy relevant. But it is uncomfortable drafting him because I really feel like, Johnson's going to be a factor and Claypool's going to be a factor. But where do you draft these guys? That's what I'm saying. I don't know the round check. I don't know their ADPs right now to where it kind of. You remember that year that the Rams had Brandon Cooks and they had Woods and Cooper, and all their ADPs were literally like back to back,
like all the same. Yeah,
exactly. So it's kind of like you just kind of rolling the dice and hoping one of them hit. And I kind of don't want that frustration. But if I had to pick, I would go Johnson, honestly.
Like there are ways. Yeah, I would go Johnson. Mm-hmm. I would go Johnson. Like because I could see Big Ben in his head going, yeah. You may have had those drops, but I can trust you to go deep. And you did have these many catches. Like, I can see Big Ben not even giving a fuck about the drops.
Well, here's the thing. Big Ben won't give a fuck, but, Tomlin will. He will take Johnson out. Like, he saw him put James Washington in for a good, second half.
Yeah, so, that did happen. That did happen.
So, Big Ben might not give a fuck, but that might end him up on the bench.
Yeah, this is true. He better get some stickum before they treat him like Petey and Remember the Titans. Petey, get your ass off the field. You play defense now.
Oh shit, bro! That's an all-time great movie, by the way. Oh man, what was the coach? It wasn't Coach Boone, was it?
Yeah, no, Coach Boone.
The defensive coach, the white guy. What's his name?
Yeah, the white guy. I can't remember his name.
He's like, "You blitz all night." He was like, "If they gain another yard, I swear to God, I'll take every last one of you out."
Yo, when he just finally snapped, yeah. Oh my gosh!
Damn,
my dad went to Hayfield, the school that played them in that movie. Yeah.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He went there actually the same time that Byron Leftwich went there and played there. Like him, Byron, like all that. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Connections, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, we missing Javar, man. He out here traveling.
Who's your daddy, Gary?
I just seen that. Yo, hustler.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, Jordan late to the party, of course, right when we're wrapping up. Thanks, Jordan.
There's someone you don't draft.
Yeah,
Good job, Jordan.
don't draft this guy right here. He's
Yo,
late to the party.
speaking of do not draft, okay? As long as Jordan's in the chat, the whole damn Carolina Panthers, all right?
Ooh, shots fired.
Everybody but Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore, just throw them in the trash.
Wow. Yo, hopefully they end up with Watson, bro. I still think that rumor was real.
Bro,
I just hope that CMC wasn't involved in that.
Wait.
Huh? He said, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was like CMC in that package deal for Watson. I don't know if I pulled a trigger on that.
Oh, okay. That I'm sorry. You said CMC involved and Watson in the same sentence, and I was like, oh wait, no, not Christian McCaffrey.
Listen, he would have to go. That's the only way that they would trade Watson.
Yeah, that's the only way.
That's the only way. They need CMC. But what makes me more comfortable, like since you're on the topic, they could trade CMC. Mike Davis finished RB9 in that system.
Davis is in Atlanta now.
But I'm just saying now. I'm just saying. If they would have re-signed Mike Davis, that package deal would have been very real.
It would have been a thing. But nah, you got to keep Christian McCaffrey.
I guess he showed us that he's human. He gets injured. He was due, to be honest. Like
you can't look. When people are like how dare an analyst predict an injury? Listen,
bro, he played 97% of the snaps.
I'm like, listen, have you? That's where I do pull in the argument. Me as someone that has played football, I'm like, have you fucking been hit? Have you been hit with eight targets a game? And then finally that ninth one comes, you're just like, you know what? Fuck it. Literally, I have had plays where I'm a catch it. I'm down immediately. I'm like, I can't do this shit today.
Like CMC playing 97% of his snaps, bro. That was bound to happen. Like, what do you like? Come on, bro. No. Have you been hit?
Fucking my last season that I was playing, bro. I fucking played offense and defense. Okay, a 10-game season.
Well, I can relate to that because for soccer I played attacking mid and defensive mid, so I basically played both.
Y'all fucking run a marathon the whole game. Like exactly. All y'all do is run. Yeah, like we
can outrun all of you.
Yeah, like football players, we have a stop and go to our game. Like, and that's like bad for your muscles. Like they tighten up and shit. You know, like because you're not in that constant motion. But like I tell you, by week 8, like my ankles, like I didn't even know how the fuck I was still walking on like a day-to-day basis, Monday through Friday. Like I was like, you know, my shoulders, my back, like till this day, like I have like a lot of like back pain and shit. Like I'll get like random headaches. Like it's for real.
You
like
old, bro.
Well, I mean, I served and I played football. Like so, like you know, in actual age, you know, like I'll be 30 in June, but like my body is like 50. Like, yeah.
Feel bad, my brother. Feel bad.
You know, so all y'all that be hating on these football players and are like, oh well, like he's still young in football years.
I mean, a prime example I like to put Trey Mason. He used to play for the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
He taken a hell of a beating in Auburn, taking a hell of a beating in high school, and then since his days in Pop Warner, all those because he's a downhill runner. He's putting his head to your head. This is way before head-to-head contact was a foul or a flag. He is boom, and that's why, you know, unfortunately, he's not in the league anymore. Bro. So these football players take a beating at a very young age. Now, Pop Warner, you going out there to pop. As soon as you in that tackle league, that's it. Bro. I'm hitting everybody bigger than me, smaller than me. It don't matter.
I remember getting my helmet attached on to another player's fucking helmet, and you're sitting here, and you're like, and like your head is just still ringing because you don't clack. Like you're just like, dude, just please just get off. Like, all right, I'm gonna unhook my chin strap, and you're just gonna take my helmet with you, okay? Yep. All right, thanks. Now, because my head hurts. Like this shit sucks. Like you know, but it's fun and we enjoy it. You know, like you know, any player that I've ever interviewed, you guys, you know, check it out. Like. They'll always say the same thing. They play it because they love the game, but that's also why they have to get the pay, you know? So don't be attacking players on Twitter. Be nice to your fantasy players. and appreciate them when they go out there and they win you some damn money. The trophy and the belts are cool, but when that cash come in, thank them.
Facts at them too, so they can see. Put it out there in the public.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro, we about to wrap up another one session in the books. We still don't have a name, but
yeah, we don't have a name for this show yet. But we're here every single Thursday on Real Deal Fantasy Network's Periscope. And
no, Periscope about to die, bro. It's today. It's over. It's a dub.
I mean, is it gonna die? Like, so it's finally dead?
I think it is. I think today is like the last day, maybe like the last stretch, because I'm on Periscope right now somehow. I don't understand how it works, but Twitter actually made like a live button, but like it's only for the phone. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's
StreamYard money.
Yo, hey, but check us out here on the lunch power hour on YouTube
with Javar too. Javar just was on a late flight, so he'll be here next Thursday hopefully, and
we miss Javar. Don't worry, guys. Javar, I took a couple of hits of the pen for you since you're not here. I got a smoky for us.
Cheers, my boy.
Cheers, bro.
Hey, also, Robbie, we got another show coming on Clubhouse in about 20 minutes.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, bro. We'll be on Clubhouse. We'll be talking about part-time versus full-time, in the fantasy content community, and basically the struggles, experiences, and decision making it takes to actually jump into full-time, or will it work out for you being part-time? Because I'm in that quest right now. I'm a part-timer. Robbie, he's a full-timer. So
don't worry, Killer Robbie will not be in that Clubhouse meeting. I will.
Killer Rock, yo, hashtag when you get in your bag, I'm for now calling you Killer Cam Robbie. But you was chilling, man. You wasn't in your bag that much. You put the gun in the holster. Put the gun down, sir.
Put the strap away. Hey, cheers to me. Cheers to you. Real deal. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir, my brother. Hey, see you at the Clubhouse. Peace, love, and happiness.